Students, in last period we have started lesson number 2, that is health and diseases. I hope you have done the homework. Now we'll discuss some can you tell questions. So first question is, how can we observe personal hygiene? Personal hygiene means cleanliness at personal level. So one should have good habits of personal cleanliness. Example, taking bath every day, using clean and washed cloths, washing hands with antibacterial soaps after visiting the toilet. Garbage and unwanted materials should not be randomly thrown, see here and there on the roadside, and not to spit in the open places. Observing all these habits of personal hygiene is necessary to maintain the health. So one should observe this personal hygiene to keep the health in a good condition. Now second question, why should we drink boiled water in rainy season? See, during rainy season, the water from surrounding seep into the water bodies which may supply us drinking water. Due to this, water is contaminated. By boiling the water, all the germs are killed. Therefore, during rainy season, water should be boiled before drinking. Next, third question. Why the clean hands drive is run in schools? See, there are many germs on the dirty, unclean hands. If these germs enter our body through mouth, they can cause many diseases of the alimentary canal. For this purpose, clean hands drive is run in the schools. Now, we study some important diseases of present days. See, first of all, we study about the disease dengue. See how it is transmitted. Dengue is transmitted through the mosquito Aedes aegypti. See, this Aedes aegypti mosquito spreads infectious disease called dengue. The sickness spreads by Den12 virus belonging to type flavivirus. See, in the picture we can see the image of the virus, that is flavivirus, Den12 virus, the name of the virus, and it is transmitted through the mosquito, that is Aedes aegypti. Now we'll see the symptoms of dengue. Acute and severe fever. Fever is for some time, some period, and severe headache, vomiting, pain in the eye sockets, decrease in the count of blood platelets. Blood platelets are going to decrease. Internal hemorrhages in the body. Internal hemorrhages means what? Internal bleeding takes place. And now we'll see the diagnosis, how the diagnosis is done for dengue. Blood test and serological tests in the laboratories, and some additional more information about dengue. The stagnant water in man-made containers can cause profuse breeding of Aedes aegypti. Stagnant water means what? The water which is collected in the pit. So because of this collected water, the mosquito Aedes aegypti, they can do breeding. Breeding means laying eggs. In this stagnant water, they are going to breed, means lay eggs, and therefore the transmission of the disease dengue takes place by this mosquito. So we have to avoid the water to get stagnant in our surroundings. See, now observe this picture, that is what are the reasons of spread of dengue and how we can prevent the disease dengue. We'll see one by one. That is, clean the water storage tank. See, from time to time, whatever water storage tanks are there, we have to clean them. And then next, cover the water storage pot. Where we are collecting the water, that pot, all that things we have to cover it. And next, change the water from the cooler. In the cooler, whatever water is there, from time to time you have to change that water. And cover body with cloth. Complete body should be covered with the cloth. And then breed guppy fish. In the water tank, you have to breed these guppy fish, because these guppy fish, they eat the larva. Larva means eggs of the mosquito Aedes aegypti, so that we can avoid the growth of Aedes aegypti, and in turn we are going to avoid the transmission of dengue. And next, fumigation in insecticides, spraying insecticides in the surroundings, and use of mosquito coils. So these are the some of the preventive measures for the transmission of the disease dengue. Now we'll study about the next disease, infectious disease, that is swine flu. So transmission of swine flu. The infection of swine flu is transmitted through pigs or infected humans. Through pigs or infected humans we can get swine flu. The virus influenza A H1N1 causes the infection of swine flu. See in the picture we can see that virus. What is the name of the virus? It is influenza A H1N1. This influenza A H1N1 causes swine flu. So, spread of the disease is through sweat, secretions of nose, throat and saliva. Now we'll see the symptoms of swine flu. Palpitations. Palpitations means what? Increased heartbeats. Increase in heartbeat. And difficulty in breathing, sore throat, body pains. So these are the symptoms of the swine flu. Now diagnosis. Scrapings from patient's throat are sent to the laboratory. The testing helps to see the occurrence of virus. So in the laboratory, the testing is done of the scraping from patient's throat. And additional some information about swine flu. Diagnosis can be done at National Institute of Virology, that is NIV. NIV means National Institute of Virology, which is situated at Pune, and National Institute of Communicable Diseases, that is NICD, situated at Delhi. In 2009, the first case of swine flu was reported in Mexico. Now we study the next disease, that is AIDS. What is the full form of AIDS? Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. So how this AIDS is transmitted? It is transmitted by the virus called HIV. HIV means what? Human Immunodeficiency Virus. Human Immunodeficiency Virus means HIV. And the symptoms of AIDS. Symptoms are specific to every person. There is progressive weakening of natural immunity, which makes a person susceptible to variety of infections. See, he become weak, the person become weak, the immunity decreases, and because of that lack of immunity, the person is susceptible. Susceptible means what? Sensitive to variety of infections. And the unsafe sexual contact and the contaminated blood and blood products cause transmission of HIV. So these are the some of the symptoms of AIDS. Now diagnosis of AIDS is done by the test, that is ELISA test. ELISA test. Now additional information about AIDS. So, AIDS is not transmitted through touching or sharing the food with HIV infected person. See, if we share the food or we touch the person, if we do shake hand with the patient, then it will not get transmitted. It cannot be caused by nursing the HIV patient. If we take care of the patient, if we go near to the patient, then there is no chance of getting this disease. So we can have normal behavior with HIV infected person. So we can see in the picture, this is the virus, that is HIV virus, which is responsible for AIDS. And our government is running the Red Ribbon program, that is for AIDS. So in this way we have to take care of the AIDS patient. So we have to share the things, we have to show sympathy to patients. Now next disease, that is rabies. So it is a fatal disease. See, fatal means what? Deadly. Means if someone gets rabies, then the person is going to die sure. So it is called zoonotic disease as it spreads through the animals to humans. Why it is called zoonotic? Because it spreads from animals to human beings. Therefore it is called zoonotic disease, and rabies is fatal deadly disease. So causative organism. Rabies is caused by the virus. So infected dog, rabbit, monkey or cat can transmit the virus through its bite. See, we can see here in the picture, through the bite of dog or other animals like rabbit, monkey, cat. So by the bite of these animals, there is a chance of getting rabies. So symptoms are seen within 90 to 175 days of animal bite. Means nearby 6 months. After the animal bite, nearby 6 months, within the 6 months, there is a chance we can get rabies. So symptoms. Virus enters the brain via neurons. Through neurons, this virus enters in our brain. And fever for 2 to 12 weeks. From 2 to 12 weeks, the person is getting fever. And exaggerations in behavior. Exaggerations means what? Overstate. The physical imbalance. The person is not having any control mentally. He is get disordered. And hydrophobia. Hydrophobia. Hydro means what? Water. And phobia means fear. Fear of water. If you bring water near the patient, if you give water for drinking to the patient, he will get fear by seeing the water and he is not able to drink the water. So even he face some problem in swallowing, in the throat problem. So all these symptoms are observed in the rabies patient. Treatment. So vaccination can be preventive if taken immediately after the bite. See, vaccination is there for rabies, but before, as a preventive measure, before the bite we cannot take this vaccine. Whenever we get the animal bite, that time we have to take the prescribed course of rabies vaccine. See, remember, whenever we get the bite of dog or other pet animals, immediately we have to wash the wounded part with the soap or any antiseptic liquid, and then immediately we have to go to the doctor and we have to first take the TT injection, tetanus injection, and then we have to follow the doctor's prescribed course of vaccines, injections. And even if you are having pets at home, that is dog, cat or any other pet you are keeping, then we have to give anti-rabies vaccine to these pet animals. Within 1 year, 2 times we have to give this anti-rabies vaccine to our pet animals. So we should not neglect about the animal bite, especially dog bite, because this rabies is a fatal disease. The person can die. Therefore, we should be very particular about the vaccination. So, now we'll study some non-infectious diseases. That is, diseases which do not occur through infections and body contacts are called as non-infectious diseases. Such diseases arise in human body itself due to certain reasons. So which are the non-infectious diseases? The diseases which do not occur through infections or body contact. So such diseases are only particular to the person. So such diseases are called as non-infectious diseases. Some of the non-infectious diseases we will learn. So diabetes. See, many of the people in your surroundings you are observing, they are avoiding drinking sweet means tea or sweets, eating sweets. So what are the possible reasons for that? So they are saying that they are suffering from diabetes. So the hormone insulin produced in pancreas controls the level of sugar glucose in blood. The blood sugar level is controlled by the hormone insulin. And if insulin is secreted in low quantity, glucose level cannot be controlled. And this disorder is called as diabetes. See, if there is a low level of insulin hormone, then what will happen? Lower secretion of insulin hormone, then the glucose level cannot be maintained in the blood, and therefore we are saying that the person is suffering from diabetes. So symptoms which cannot be ignored. We should not ignore these symptoms. Frequent urination at night. Many times the person should use toilets for urination. And increased obesity, or means they are becoming very fat, or weight loss, they become very weak. So these are the reasons for diabetes. And again some more reasons are also there, that is heredity. If parents are having this diabetes, then there is a possibility that their children may also get diabetes. Obesity, fatness, lack of physical exercise, and mental stress. See, these are the possible reasons for the diabetes. So now we'll see the preventive measures. Following the proper diet. Diet should be proper, balanced diet, and medicines and exercise under the supervision of doctor helps to keep the diabetes under control. See, in our India, largest number of diabetes patients are there. That is approximately 7 crore diabetes patients are there in the country compared to other countries. So therefore, what are the reasons for the patients of diabetes in India? That is the lack of balanced diet. Means many of the people, they are not taking balanced diet. See, eating some junk foods, pizza, burger, it may be also the reason for diabetes. Or lack of exercise. If daily we should do exercise. Therefore, that is also one reason, lack of physical exercise for diabetes. And mental stress, tension, stress. So we have to do meditation for this purpose. So to avoid diabetes, we have to follow the instructions given by the doctor. I think you have understood the lesson. Read the lesson and do the given homework. Thank you.